Thank you so much for coming out to the official naming of our 2 new electric compactors. I'm very excited to be out here at the Streets Division on this beautiful day. The names that we are revealing today were nominated and voted on through a democratic and frankly quite hilarious naming competition led by the Streets Division. I want to thank everyone who joined in the fun to name these compactors. We received over 500 name ideas and over 2,200 total votes on those names from the public. A few thanks before we actually do the big reveal. I want to thank Giant Jones Brewing for the bottles that we will be recycling in just a moment. I want to thank Underbelly Creative for the artwork that we're about to see. And I want to specifically congratulate Dan Fitch for suggesting the name for our recycling compactor, and Paul Fenner for the name of our trash compactor. Climate change is a serious threat. I hope we all know this now. And taking on the challenge of climate change requires our full attention and commitment. But it's also important to stop and have a little fun sometimes. And that is exactly what this is all about today. So thank you to the Streets Division for coming up with this idea, and thank you for following through on it, and thanks to all of Madison for joining in on the fun. Before we reveal the names, let me tell you a little bit about these compactors. They are part of what is called the electrification of end uses. These are small changes in everyday items or habits to burn just a little less diesel and save a little more carbon. These compactors replace 2 diesel-powered trucks that would be sitting right over there, idling to compact recyclables or garbage. These compactors are saving 8 gallons of diesel every hour. 8 gallons every hour that the drop-off sites are open. In a week, these 2 machines save 356 gallons of diesel. In a year, that's 188 tons of CO2 emissions not going into our atmosphere. These compactors are just one part of our efforts to reach our goal of 100% net zero carbon use by 2030 for city operations. And naming them has been a lot of fun. I'm so glad that we did not lose the fun part on this one, despite the seriousness of the threat of climate change. Together, we can make a difference, but let's also enjoy the journey. Thank you all, and now we'll start with the recycling.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
You want to do the name
Sure.
first?
Yeah, I'll do the name.
Can I introduce you to Stone Cold Squeeze Often? And then the trash. May I introduce you to Rosie the Rubbisher? And we can recycle. Another tape.
Okay.
Oh, one more bit of recycling.
That's right. Get that cardboard in there.
Thank you all for being out here. I really appreciate it. I'm so pleased to see across all of our agencies here in the city of Madison, not only that we can have a little fun, but that we take the issue of climate change seriously, and we're working in every day and in every way we can to reduce our greenhouse gas footprint. Thanks again for being here, and if there's questions, I'd be happy to answer them or get somebody who knows more. Anything?
Any other names?
Did you have any other favorites?
Yeah, well, I had a later today we're going to release like the full list of how the voting shook out on the Streets Division website. But my personal favorite was someone suggested Compressica Simpson, which I thought was fantastic. But there were quite a few. A lot of them were really funny. Like there's Alexander Cramilton, George Squashington were some really good ones. We fully intend on trying to maybe name some snowplowing equipment coming up, so stay tuned for that. So this was a lot of fun. I'm really happy with the turnout. I think it went great.
Anything else? All right, well, thank you again. Feel free to come check out the art.